Welcome to Risk Minimization Measures. The RMM, or the Risk Minimization Measures, are essential tools in PV aimed at ensuring the benefits of a medication outweighs its risks. High-risk medications in particular, such as those with severe adverse effects or narrow therapeutic indices, require carefully crafted strategies to mitigate potential harm while supporting patient safety. Crafting innovative RMMs involve regulatory compliance, evidence-based interventions, and proactive stakeholder engagement to address both known and unknown medication risks effectively. What are risk minimization measures? A definition would be to measure to reduce risks associated with the use of medicinal products while maintaining their therapeutic benefits. The types of risk minimization measures. Routine RMMs include core measures included in product labeling such as package inserts or leaflets. Example, black box warnings highlighting risks like hepatotoxicity for acetaminophen. Additional RMMs, targeted strategies beyond labeling to mitigate specific risks. Example, controlled distribution systems for clozapine to manage agranulocytosis. Why are RMMs necessary? One, it addresses high severity risks. Drugs like antipsychotics carry risks such as metabolic syndrome, requiring tailored plans to prevent long-term harm. To support regulatory compliance, agencies like the FDA or the EMA mandate RMM implementation for high-risk medications. Knowing the regulatory guidelines, for instance, the FDA risk evaluation or the mitigation strategies, or otherwise known as REMS, ensures compliance and effective RMM designs. Crafting innovative RMM strategies. Some steps to design RMMs for high-risk drugs. The risk identification, using clinical trials or post-market studies and pharmacovigilance data to determine possible and confirmed risks, such as identifying thrombotic risks in combined oral contraceptives. Targeting population analysis, considering the fragile populations such as pregnancy or pediatrics or geriatrics and their specific vulnerabilities is also a good method. Selected tailored RMM interventions to choose strategies aligned with drug profile and population needs. For example, educational tools such as brochures explaining the QT prolongation risks for ondansetron, restricted access programs ensuring teratogenic drugs like thalidomide are only prescribed by trained specialists. That is an effective RMM strategy. Stakeholder collaboration, engaging patients, healthcare providers, and regulators to design practical and accessible measures. To measuring effectiveness, using outcome matrices such as the ADR rates, compliance rates for monitoring programs to evaluate RMM effectiveness. Case example, for lenalidomide, an immunomodulator with teratogenic risks, an RMM included physician registration, mandatory patient agreements, and regular pregnancy testing. Some types of innovative strategies. Restricted distribution pathways. To control drug dispensing through certified pharmacies or prescribers, for instance, the RMS programs for opioid painkillers to prevent addiction risks. Patient monitoring programs to establish adherence tracking or regular lab testing. For example, the insulin manufacturers mandate HbA1c testing schedules to minimize hypo or hyperglycemic events. Digital risk tools. The usage of apps or portals to guide and remind patients about key safety steps. Example, a mobile app for warfarin guides patients on INR monitoring and dosage adjustments. Healthcare professional training, providing workshops or certifications for safe prescribing practices. Example, the Xarelto training on renal toxicity monitoring. Patient risk awareness campaigns, distributing materials that explain symptoms or conditions for early adverse drug reaction detections. A tip to master is to understand the link between the RMM strategies to real-world patient behaviors, making them practical and achievable. Some challenges in the RMM implementation. Common barriers. Physical non-adherence. Busy schedules leading to skip detailed counseling as seen in REMs for isotretinoin. Patient compliance issues. Forgetfulness or a lack of understanding risks non-adherence. Cultural differences. Perception of risk varies with cultural and socioeconomic backgrounds. Limited resources. Emerging markets may lack adequate infrastructure for advanced RMM implementation. Solution example. To overcome the compliance gaps, a digital reminder system was added for clopidogrel to encourage patients to adhere to prescribed timings. Measuring RMM success. Outcome metrics. Reduced adverse drug reaction prevalence. Example, fewer cases of liver failure in acetaminophen users. Higher provider adherence to warning or training programs. Example, a percentage uptake of RMS tools. Another case study application is measuring decreased opioid overdose rates after mandatory naloxone co-prescribing. Some examples of application. Control opioid prescriptions. The RMS mandates pharmacists to dispense naloxone education with prescriptions. Education campaigns. For anticoagulants, campaigns encouraged immediate reporting of bleeding or bruising. Monitoring hepatotoxic risk. Drugs like methotrexate require RMMs with mandatory liver function tests.